Why have you got a police badge in here?
Stop incriminating me.
Did you steal that from someone?
No.
Yes.
Right, who will I steal it from?
You're gonna carry that
A
around in
police
your
officer.
wallet, and you're gonna go up to someone and go, alright, I've got a badge here, and I can get free food. To test it. Poison. I don't know, you probably stole it from that guy, that one policeman that came to visit you in primary school, to visit your class or whatever. And you went, can I see your hat, sir? And then you just ripped off the hat.
Well, look at the back of it.
It has been ripped off a hat. It has been ripped off a hat. We have begun, Ben.
What are we talking about? This is just a random off-the-cuff recording.
Ben,
Yes.
right. We obviously can see things, right?
Oh my god, it's not this on. But how can you know?
No, but like seriously, right?
Oh, Josh, kill me. Please kill me. I don't want to be here anymore.
Do you want to do this or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just talk. That's fine. Okay. Don't kill me.
Alright, Ben.
Alright, Josh.
Right. So we can see, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a controversial thing to say. Okay.
No, it's not. Unless you're blind.
But think about it, right?
Stevie Wonder, I can't see. Shut up, Stevie.
Oh my goodness, Ben. You've completely...
I'm sorry.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
Debunked.
Okay, right. We can see, okay? We can see what's around us. We can see objects. We can
Yes.
interact with objects, right?
Yes.
But can a robot see?
If it's programmed to, if it has a camera that allows us to see
Right.
through its head, then
So-
yes.
We can say cameras can see, but how can the camera doesn't really see? The camera takes in photons and it outputs a code that we can use, but it can't see anything.
Yeah.
I can have a remote control car that reacts to what's in front of it so it doesn't crash, right? And for description purposes we can say it sees, but it doesn't actually see anything. It's just taking in
Sensor.
yeah, it's just taking in like numbers and doing things based on those numbers, right?
Okay.
So like, why can we see?
Because we have eyes.
Right, but the eyes are just the camera, right?
Right.
What? Right, because if you had a robot that was indistinguishable from a human, okay, it acted like a human, but you knew it was a robot, how you'd say, right, it's not conscious, it's just acting as if what a human would act like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to it's just like a camera taking in numbers and stuff, right? But things we can actually see things.
Yes.
It's not like we're in the world and it sort of just looks like we can see things, right? I'm saying we can consciously see what is right in front of us, okay?
Yes.
We have the experience of sight,
Yes.
we have the experience of sound and taste, you know, all the senses, right? Does that make any sense to you?
Yes, you've told me that we can see and smell and hear. Why is this a
But
big
it makes
philosoph-
no sense, Ben.
Why does it not make sense? We're connected through our brains to the parts of our body that does things.
Yeah, but like a robot is. But a robot isn't.
Robot doesn't
the
have a
robot,
brain.
The robot doesn't experience anything. It
Well,
does have a
like-
brain. It's
Like you
got
said, it reads code
processor.
and then it gives us the information that it is programmed to take in. Similarly, our brain is sort of programmed to take in information in which we then can
Yeah, but we're not-
sort of colors, for example. We can distinguish colors because of light, and our brain tells us it's green and it's purple, and then there's an axe in your
Yeah,
wall.
right, fine. I mean, the in the same. I was gonna say. Stop incriminating me.
I'm held here against my will.
Like I've got a
I'm
list
squeezed
of.
like an orange to get the information out. That sounded bad.
I've got a bunch of recordings of Ben that I can hold against him at any
Shut up.
point.
Right, Josh. What is the purpose of this
Because
conversation?
we have experience.
Yes.
I'm not saying there's a purpose. I'm just exploring this idea with you.
Okay.
I don't need to have an answer to everything, Ben.
Right. So what? You've told me that we can see things.
Do you know what I mean by that?
What is there to know? What more is there to know?
No, I'm just like think about that, right?
I'm thinking about seeing things.
It's not just you taking in information and reacting to it. You have the experience of seeing what's around you.
Because I have the information and I can react to it since I was a little baby.
No, it's not just like an equipment issue.
It's not a... What issue? What's the issue?
I mean, if you gouged out your eyes and then someone was like, well, I figured out the electrical paths that your eyes use and I can just plug a camera in there and they figured it all out, okay? It's what... Can cameras see? Ben, do you think cameras can see things?
They allow us to see.
If they can't, can they see?
No, cameras itself do not have the capacity to see.
Yes, so our eyes do not have the capacity to see, right?
Right.
Do you understand
Yeah, so
what I mean by
it's
that?
our brains that do the seeing, and our eyes are like the cameras to the program kind of thing. It's like in a security camera. The cameras themselves send the information to the computer where the security guard sits. We are that security guard. Our eyes are that camera network.
Yeah, but so what if the camera was connected to a computer? Does the computer see?
No.
Right, so we've got our eyes connected to the brain, which is like just the computer, okay?
Right.
Where in there is there room for us to actually see? Where's the point where it's a camera and a computer and it doesn't see to it's an eye, a brain, and it does see?
Well, I think in every sort of network there is a human brain involved. There's a human brain looking at it and organizing it. Like I said, with the whole like a security camera, a camera connected to a computer is a network in which we can see. So, for example, if you set up a camera and a computer looking at another camera and a computer, all right, they can't distinguish that, all right? Nothing's telling them that is what that is. Only we can distinguish that when we turn on the screen and we look. Look. There's another camera, and like if you set in front of a mirror, it's like there's the exact same camera and computer. So no, they themselves are not seeing. They're just allowing us to see from a different sort of electrical kind of perspective. But I'm still feeling to see why is this a point of discussion. We went from
Yeah, but that doesn't answer the
predestination to eyes.
Ben, it blows my mind, right?
No, Josh, it shouldn't blow your mind.
What do you mean it shouldn't blow my mind?
Because we can see. There's nothing to it. We're
What do you
designed to
mean?
see.
I can design a camera to take in light, but I can't design it to see.
No, Josh. Right, I'm gonna get my phone out. Right, there is camera. Right.
That is a camera.
That is a camera, and I'm taking a video kind of thing around your room, right?
Yes.
Right? Is the phone seeing?
Don't incriminate me further.
I haven't pressed record.
Is the camera seeing?
Is the camera seeing, or are you seeing the camera seeing your room?
I'm seeing the camera displaying an image
of
my room.
So therefore, Josh can see. End of episode 6.
I'm not disputing the fact that I can see.
Right.
I'm disputing the fact that how is that
Now let's
possible?
pretend that you are the brain. This is your eye. The camera is your eye.
What are
It's
you
the
talking
exact
about?
same thing.
How? No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
How is that the same thing?
Look, Josh, we don't walk around with phones saying for us. We walk around with our own eyes. Why is this so complicated for you?
You don't think you understand my point?
No, I
Right.
don't, Josh. You're talking. This is like the listeners will agree. Josh has just talked about, guys, we can see, but how can we know we can
No,
see?
no, I'm not saying how can we know we can see. I've obviously from saying we know we can see. It's not. It's like a non. It's a non-issue, Ben. Of course we can see. Obviously. Shout out to the blind people out there who know what we're talking about. Okay. Obviously we can see them.
That's such.
I'm
such a
asking
quote.
you, like,
We can see because we can see.
logically think about the process of actual experience.
okay.
Okay.
So it's experience we're
Yes.
talking about.
The experience of. I'm not saying right. A camera can take in the wavelength that makes up the color yellow. Okay.
Yes.
Our eyes can take in that same information, right?
Mm.
And we say, right, that our eyes, our brain organize that, and we experience that as the color yellow, right?
Yes.
Where is this process of it's just a wave to it's the color, it's the experience of yellow?
Because we were brought up to saying that this is the
No,
rainbow.
I don't mean the name, Ben. I mean,
I'm about to die.
what about the French who call
Put
it
the
another
axe
colour?
down, Josh.
I have an axe in my hand.
You just sound very angry. No, please, no.
Grab him something.
He's gonna save.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. Watch out.
I
Right, Ben.
don't
Let me come
I don't
at it from a different.
understand.
Let me come at it from a different perspective. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna give the same example that I was sort of talking about you before this. Okay.
Right. Okay.
There's another thing. It's just gonna sound stupid. Do rocks exist? He's just smiling at me. Okay,
I feel like we've taken a big step back from what we used to talk about.
and let me explain this. Do rocks exist?
Yes, rocks exist. Are you going to tell me how can we experience rocks? Like we experience yellow.
I say, like, how does a rock exist?
Okay, a rock exists because it came from bigger rocks.
Okay.
It's been chipped away, erosion and withering and all of that.
And what is a big rock?
Like a mountain.
Okay. And what's a mountain?
Well, it's a big collection of earth and rocks.
Yeah. And what is that made of? What is
It's
that?
on the planet.
Right. What's the planet?
The planet is the world.
Okay. Well, you're just getting bigger. Okay. This is not very.
What you've been asking me.
You can describe a rock as being it's just some atoms that have nuclear forces that they have these nuclear forces that hold it together.
Yes.
You know, subatomic particles, whatever. And it gets bigger, and it's just from this structure, this specific structure, mixed with this other structure. We call that colloquially as rock. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you have a rock in your hand, you don't think this rock
Is atoms.
isn't really it's not just it's not rock is a bad way of putting it. It's a series of atoms and stuff, right? You don't think like that. You think this is a rock, okay?
Yes.
Now back to my stupid question when I said
People are gonna
do
think-
rocks exist, okay? In our experience, rocks exist. Okay, we can hold a rock, right? A rock that from our experience, a rock is something that can be thrown. It can be put down the floor. It can be used as a tool, or that's what a rock is, right? A rock is not just a series of atoms in a certain structure, in a certain mixture.
It can be seen as other things.
It's not. That's too confined definition of what a rock is. Okay. So, when I say what a rock isn't something that is just grounded in the material of atoms. Okay. It is also, I'd say, more grounded in the immaterial, right?
Okay.
which is our understanding of what a rock is. Okay, can you weigh the idea of a rock being that which can be thrown? Can you can you do maths with it? No. Does it exist? Can a rock be? Is a rock something that can be thrown?
Yes.
Yes, but where does that come from?
Because
Right.
I have the capacity to throw it.
You have yes. You have. You can understand. You can experience what a rock is. Okay.
Okay. Your kids
No,
are gonna
that's
be so
what
bored.
that's what a rock
At a
is.
beach.
Okay. It's
Dad,
not.
can we throw rocks in the sea? But why would you throw it? Let us discover what
Okay.
a rock is.
Okay.
Josh has lost
From a materialist perspective. Okay.
You- I see where we're going now.
I don't know where I'm going, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I was trying to encourage you to get to a point.
Okay. From a purely materialist explanation, a rock would just be a colloquial way of describing a bunch of atoms that are in a certain structure. Okay. But if you don't limit yourself to the material, you could describe what a rock can be used for. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You can't weigh the use of something. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
It's not in the material realm.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. No.
So what you're saying? How dear. So ideas.
You can't
Of-
weigh an idea.
Yes.
But it exists. How can that be?
All right.
How can you weigh something that? How
How can you
how can
sci-
something exist that it can't be weighed? Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what you're trying to say is, so like thoughts and stuff. Thoughts cannot be like scientifically proved. Beliefs cannot be like scientifically
What?
discovered or whatever like that.
Beliefs.
Ideas, beliefs,
I'm saying
consciousness.
I'm saying
like why should these things exist?
I'm
if
saying
it's
it
not
makes no
materialist?
sense to have a purely materialistic way of looking at the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Because can you say love exists? Does love exist, Ben?
I think it does, Josh.
Think it does.
Yes. I don't love you at the minute. I actually hate you at the minute.
Does hate exist?
So
Does hate definitely
if
exists.
hate exists, oh yes, definitely. So
Hate-
if hate exists, love also should exist.
I'm just the whole thing. Does what does the taste of tea we just have? Does that exist?
Yes, a taste of tea exists.
Okay. But
Tea exists.
you can't weigh it.
I can weigh tea. But
Yeah.
I cannot weigh the taste of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you weigh love?
Ooh.
Can you weigh hate?
Ooh. These are big questions.
Right. I cannot hold hate in my hand,
Yes.
but I can say it exists.
I can show you hate.
I can say without a doubt love and hate and the taste of tea exists. Without a doubt in my heart, I can say that truthfully to you, right?
Yes. And these
But
are not materialist.
These are not material concepts.
No, they're not.
Yet I can say they exist.
Yes, because love
They're
doesn't.
immaterial.
Love isn't made up of atoms and stuff like that.
It's
Ideas are not
it's
materialist.
Experience. This is what I'm talking about.
Whoa! How much time we got left?
Oh, we've got plenty of time. Ben.
I want to go home. Right. Okay. So, let me sum up for people who are not insane. Josh has said that ideas, things that are not physical, things that are not materialist, exist. Why do they exist, and how can we look at them, and how you can't live with a purely materialistic worldview?
Sure.
So why didn't you say that 17 minutes ago?
Because I don't know what I'm talking about, Ben.
Okay, fair enough. This is why I'm here. I'm a translator.
Okay. No, let's think of something else to talk about.
You're driving me crazy. Right, okay. No, let's stick to what we were talking about. So,
I don't mean like let's. How can we deviate on this?
right, so let me take over. Materialism, alright?
Okay.
Josh, what is materialism?
Materialism is the belief that everything boils down to material. I'll look up the definition.
Right, so while he's doing that, I will talk about materialism. Basically, it's the... Right, actually, no, he's got it, never mind.
Materialism is a form of philosophy. I need to have
Philosophical.
it in front of me because I'm going to tell in my head. Right. Materialism is a form of philosophical monism that holds that matter is the fundamental substance in nature, and that all things, including mental states and consciousness, are related of such material interactions.
Okay, so what is our consciousness made up of? And how can consciousness be materialistic? Things like the concept of love, hate, joy, experiences, emotions, upon like seeing different things. How can we say that these things, like feelings and emotions, how can we say that they are materialistic? I mean, yeah, you could just say that they are chemicals in the brain fizzing together to produce something and something and something.
I mean, if your definition of love, it's a bunch of hormones and chemicals.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, but not really. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's always a reaction. There's always cause, and that's sort of the bubbling in our brain is sort of the is the cause of those kinds of emotions, right? But the question is like why? I think it's this question of, oh, why do these things have that kind of particular purpose? Like, why is it that we are programmed that way? Why is it that we have to experience one thing in order to understand something else later on in life?
I don't see how my experience of the color yellow existing, right? My actual experience, I can look at that and it just looks yellow, okay? I don't see where they leap from. My eyes are interpreting waveforms of whatever 100 nanometers in wavelength, right?
Mm-hmm.
To I can see the yellow. It just looks like yellow. Do you know what I mean? I can't explain it. It's just
Custard!
How do you explain the colour yellow? It just looks like yellow, right?
Yes.
If a blind man asks me, what does yellow look like? I'm looking up the wavelength.
I was about to say... I'm an idiot. You were like, if a blind man asked you what does yellow look like, I was about to go, imagine the sun.
Well, Mr. Blind Man, it's quite simply just the wavelength.
We're gonna get blind
of
people.
580 nanometers. Obviously, and it's
I see.
I've been living my whole
I
life
can't
without the understanding of sight. Now that you've shown me this revelation of what the color yellow is, I know what yellow looks like now. Okay. Obviously not.
Obviously.
Because he has not the experience of yellow. Okay.
Yes. I
This
understand.
is what. Do you understand?
I'm understanding.
now?
I'm understanding.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you, am I still insane? Of course, I'm still insane.
You
But-
will always be insane, Josh.
Of course, I'm insane, but at least you understand my insanity.
The method to your madness.
No.
But
Well,
is madness
is
material?
that a good thing? Is that a good thing for you that you and I understand what I'm talking about?
I think it's because
No.
I think I've turned mad as well.
No.
Because that's the debate.
Now,
If you-
Ben, we have got roughly 8 minutes left.
Okay.
So that's 8 minutes I have left to
I'm gonna die.
make you not
in 8
understand me
minutes.
further. Okay.
Alright. Well, can we?
So we've got an idea of a rock. Okay, a rock does not exist purely in the material,
okay.
but also the immaterial.
Okay.
What a rock can be used for. What is a rock? Is that which can be thrown. That's not a material concept. Okay. And I would argue that the idea of a rock, which can be used as a tool or that can be thrown to hurt someone as a weapon, that's more real
You're a psychopath.
than the material understanding, because that's the way we treat rocks.
Okay.
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 I'll use this rock to be able to jump up higher. I'll put it on the ground, stand on it. I'll use this rock to throw that guy I hate, Ben Thompson. He's over there being really annoying.
Hi.
You know, I like the shape of this rock. It looks cool. I'll use it as a present to make up for the fact that I threw a rock at Ben Thompson, who I come to realise I actually love deep down. There we go. Right.
Aw.
That's what a rock is. Okay.
That is the most incredible story of love and hate about a rock.
Okay,
I've
so
ever seen.
that's my understanding of what a rock is. It's not purely material. It's not purely immaterial. Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Okay.
I can.
Don't even laugh like that. That's so weird.
Okay. Now we've got this basis of what a rock is, Ben. Right.
Yes.
And now that you're fairly convinced that I'm insane.
No, I'm insane. You've turned.
Do you have any
me
doubts that
insane.
I'm insane?
No, I don't
Oh.
doubt you're insane.
Well, if you did have doubts, I could like. I was gonna push you over the edge.
I already am. I've fallen off. I'm pretty sure everyone
Well, do
listening
you want me
this.
to? Do you want me to like increase your rate of falling off this cliff?
Do you want me to bring the ground closer?
Now, we've discovered rocks are real. Okay.
We have to. Guys, rocks exist. Wow.
Now, is the tooth fairy real then?
No.
It's not real.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. What if I can say the tooth fairy does not exist if you're describing it the way a materialist will describe a rock, okay?
Okay.
But we have this idea of tooth fairy. This tooth fairy goes and leaves a pound coin or whatever under your pillow if you put your tooth under there, right? It's pretty strange, but we do it as a culture, okay?
Okay.
But we've got this idea of a tooth fairy that like everyone in our culture has, okay? And the knowledge of that tooth fairy, our idea of the tooth fairy, invokes action of leaving the pound coin under some child's pillow when they've lost their tooth and they put that there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
How can something that doesn't exist cause someone else to do something?
One more time.
How can something that does not exist cause someone to do something? How does the idea of the tooth fairy, which doesn't exist, make a pound coin appear under someone's pillow?
I don't think it's the idea of the tooth fairy that makes someone do something. I think it's the idea of a loving parent talking about this magical creature to inspire a child to make them
But the parent would never have done that.
excited for losing a tooth.
The parent would never have done that if the tooth fairy idea never happened. How many parents would say to their kids, leave a
Well, I don't plan to teach my kids as a tooth fairy.
No, but I'm saying, right? How many parents, if the concept of tooth fairy never existed, right, would not tell their kids to leave a tooth under the
No
pillow,
kids would ever have any money.
and they'd on their own volition put a pound coin there and swap it, right? That's really weird. Okay.
Okay.
I'm saying, so through this idea that a tooth fairy exists, that's causing people to be like maniacs, going around swapping teeth for pound coins. Okay.
You're absolutely insane. You've just called every normal household maniacs, and you. Oh, sorry. Go on. Continue.
Is that
I've lost
is that not a strange idea to do? Of course it's strange.
Well, it's not strange anymore until you've decided to make it strange to me because you've a way.
Well, Ben, we've got 3 minutes left.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. This has been the craziest ATT. But I kind of liked it, not gonna lie. It was kind of funny.
So does the tooth fairy exist, Ben?
No, it doesn't. Well, the idea.
The idea exists.
Well, I would. Well, I
And
mean,
the
if we
idea
go back to our episode about the dragons, all right.
the end.
We discussed that dragons exist in a metaphorical sense, the same way I guess a tooth fairy exists in a metaphorical sense. It's actually mummy and daddy swapping your tooth for a pound coin, and that's it. That's all it is, Josh.
Well, I'd say dragons exist in the same capacity love exists.
Okay. Josh, I can see the madness in your eyes. Don't look at me, please. I'm actually so scared. Don't touch me.
The concept of a dragon cannot be weighed. The concept of love cannot be weighed, yet it exists, and it affects what happens in our reality.
Therefore, if you're a materialist, you cannot be. Because if you purely believe in materialism, then how does these things make sense?
Well, a materialist would be like, well, it's not really love, it's bunch of chemicals going off in your brain through this process.
Wow.
And that feels
That's
good.
A lot of meaning.
And that would mean you'd want to do it more, you know? But
Yes.
that's not what love is. Like a rock isn't just some atoms.
Yes. It's
The rock is your experience of what a rock is.
Yes, and love is an experience of what you experienced of love.
Yeah.
Be it bad experiences or good
And
experiences,
dragons-
it gives you an idea of what you're in for into life.
Dragons are not material. They don't exist in a scientifically provable way. But you know
But they exist
that
in our-
concept of what a dragon does exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Because
We act out the concept of the dragon every day. You know, throughout our lives.
Mhm.
So it certainly exists. You know?
not in a materialist way.
Not on a materialist
And
understanding
there
way.
we go. Episode 6.
Is it what episode is this? I don't know.
I think it's 6. Is it 6?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think it is 6. It is 6. I don't know. We've lost our minds at this point.
Yeah, I think it's
So, Josh, do you have anything short to say to finish this episode?
I don't know. Can we just let's give a wee proverb to bring it back to sanity. I mean, I'm not going to be able to say anything that I'm not going to be able to use. I've just convinced everyone that I'm insane.
Yes, you have.
That's not Proverbs, that's Psalms. I was like, why?
That's not Proverbs.
There we go.
That's Ecclesiastes. That's the Psalms. You're still on the Psalms.
Are you kidding me? Did I go back to the Psalms? Right, there we go.
Wait, are you just going to pick a proverb at
Yeah.
random? You are insane! That does have no correlation to what we were talking about.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to. You will vomit up the morsels that you have eaten
I'm
and waste
done.
your place.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Alright, goodbye everybody. This concludes episode 6. You can hear Ben in the background.
Turn it off! Please!
Alright, goodbye.
Bye.